a pretty fortunate guy as a chef to be able to teach and to cook, and there isn't a better job for a chef in the city, I think. From what I have been seeing over the last couple of years, more students with disabilities are coming to college, and I think that the college needs to be prepared to accept them and be ready for those students. It's really important to educate and support faculty for them to know that there's somewhere to go, there's somebody to talk to, so that they can support those students in class. Part of my journey in understanding what ASD is all about is dealing with my own son. So my journey started about 10 years ago, and when I started learning about autistic spectrum disorders, it was a lot of information, it was a lot of learning. When I see students on the spectrum struggling in class, I have in the past felt very helpless, been unsure as to what to do to help them, to support their learning. I think one of the biggest maybe fears that faculty have is the unknown. How was the student going to be? How are they going to react to my class? Not just myself, but many faculty kind of came together, started to talk about what their challenges were, and then realized we all had the same challenges, particularly in those practical classes where we were having some problems providing an environment for them to be successful in. And then started looking and reaching out to the services at the college to try to look for some support, ideas on how we might better manage those students in class. As a faculty member, I really got something out of that. I teach two classes, so I teach theoretical classes and practical classes. The theoretical classes, I find students on the spectrum, if well structured, they actually flourish in those environments. They do well in class. They know how to study. If they understand their expectations, they can be very successful in your class. Some of the challenges that we've had are in our practical classes. The practical classes are in a kitchen. They're noisy, they're loud, sometimes unstructured. It's an environment that can be quite distracting for a student on the spectrum. So you have to structure your class in a way that allows them to find their own space maybe within that environment and be able to control that environment. Everything that I'm doing to support students on the spectrum, everything that I'm changing to simplify or add clarity to the course materials, the learning outcomes, services all of our students. They all present different challenges and different rewards. They have successes and they have some struggles, and we all do. And the openness to at least look into their world, I think, is very rewarding when you finally begin to understand who they are as a person, and then can better support them once you understand them.